What's going on, guys? What's going on, Chai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, 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 Dwight Howard is joining the Big Three. Is joining the Big Three. He is a Hall of Famer this year. Congrats to him for being named in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Dwight Howard is a Basketball Hall of Famer. And I'm going to say this: him deciding to sign with Ice Cube's Big Free, that is a good move by him because basically he's not retired. He's not retired from the game. He hasn't retired from the NBA. But we know what Dwight Howard can do. It's going to be interesting seeing him in Ice Cube's league. It's going to be interesting to see him signing with the Big Three and now being a Hall of Famer. We know Dwight Howard has Defense Player of the Year reward, has a Defense Player of the Defense Player of the Year reward. He went to the finals twice, one time with Orlando, one time won a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James in 2020. We know that. We know that Dwight Howard deserves to be a Hall of Famer. Dwight Howard deserves to be a Hall of Famer. And him signing with the Big Three, like, this is a good signing. This is a good signing for him to sign with the Big Three and see, like, the Big Three has been around for a couple of years now. And Ice Cube, let me say this: Ice Cube has done an amazing job with that league. Ice Cube has done an amazing job with that league. And I do think, like, when we see players like a Kimball Walker just sign into the Big Three, when we see Dwight Howard sign into the Big Three, Joe Johnson sign already in the Big Three, certain players that used to play in the NBA now play in the Big Three, like they got a head coach and Lisa Leslie in the Big Three, which is amazing to see. I would like to see. Let me get the elephant out of the room. I would like to see a lead coach in the NBA. In the NBA, let me just get that straight out of the room. Let me get that elephant out of the room. I would like to see a lead coach in the NBA. But back to Dwight Howard. It seems like we know what Dwight Howard is going. Dwight Howard signing with the Big Three. This is a good move. This is a good move. This is a good move. But in other news, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony. Which Carmelo Anthony was better? Which Carmelo Anthony was better? Was it Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony? New York Knicks Carmelo Anthony? Which Carmelo Anthony was better? I would say this, is that, like I just said about Dwight Howard moments ago, is Dwight Howard, he played for the Lakers. He played for Orlando, a bunch of different teams. Carmelo Anthony's career he's a Hall of Famer now. Congrats to him getting into the Hall of Fame. I think with Carmelo Anthony, like, he has the All-Star appearance. He been to West Conference Finals. He played with LeBron James. Carmelo Anthony, and let me say this about Dwight Howard. Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard has had amazing careers in the NBA. And I think when we look at this, we can say that Carmelo Anthony did. Let me get the elephant out of the room. We can say that Carmelo Anthony didn't win a championship. We get that. We get that Carmelo Anthony didn't win a championship. He has 4 gold medals with Team USA. He has made it to West Conference Finals. He played with a bunch of our stars. Like, he made it to West Conference Finals with the Denver Nuggets. He played for the New York Knicks. And let me say this. If Phil Jackson didn't want to trade Carmelo Anthony would have a ring right now. Carmelo Anthony would sit with a ring right now. But which Carmelo Anthony was better? I would say probably Knicks Melo, because he went to a Knicks team that he put the Knicks in the playoffs. He took a Knicks team to the playoffs, just like he took a Denver Nuggets team to the playoffs. But if I had to say, I would say it's New York Knicks Melo, because Melo, he had a 60-point game with New York. Like, we've seen other 60-point games with LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and the great Kobe Bryant in his last game, Michael Jordan, Dr. J, maybe. We've seen players, Damian Lillard, we've seen players have 60-point games. But if I had to pick Carmelo, if I had to pick we can bring this about Dwight Howard too. If I had to pick one, I would say Dwight Howard has to Dwight Howard was better as playing with the Orlando Magic. Both of these players are probably the greatest players of all time in their French in the NBA. Dwight Howard, if the free ball was if the NBA was like what it is today, Dwight Howard would knock down 3-point money buckets. It took Melo Melo was a free agent. It took Melo time to accept coming off the bench. When you accept coming off the bench like Melo did at the end of his career, Carmelo Anthony was a 26-point scorer. Dwight Howard was a 26, 13 rebound center. When we look at both of these guys, we can say that they want to win another championship. I mean, they won for a second. We saw Michael Jordan retire. We saw let me get the elephant out of the room. We saw Michael Jordan retire. We saw David Robinson retire. Iverson retire. Shaq retired. Yao Ming retired. We saw Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. All of these guys that played the game. We're going to see LeBron James retire one day. Steph, Kevin Durant go into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Damian Lillard and a bunch of other WNBA players that are now in the Basketball Hall of Fame as well, which the WNBA needs to pay their players more. But I know I'm getting off topic. But this is about Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard. I think that all of these Hall of Famers are well deserved, even Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard. Because, like I always say, nobody's going to replace your greatness. Nobody's going to replace your greatness once you leave a place. Nobody isn't going to replace your greatness. Nope, we're not going to see another Carmelo Anthony on the basketball court, another Dwight Howard in the NBA, or another Carmelo Anthony in the NBA, or another Sue Bird in the W, or another Maya Moore in the W. We're not going to see that. So with all of these Hall of Famers going into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and these two NBA players going into the Hall of Fame is well deserved. We have to give a lot of credit to the Basketball Hall of Fame. To the Basketball Hall of Fame. Because this class is probably a good class. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody. And peace.